I know you're looking for something to do, so I've decided to entertain you every day with a vlog in April. Welcome to Vlapril. Hi again, you guys. So, I guess based on what I'm seeing on social media, last night was a rough night for a lot of us. I think some things came to a head universally last night. Um, yeah, I I was really anxious last night, and I don't know. I think I've had a lot of experience with anxiety in my life, and I think the number one thing that I can say that I have learned about anxiety is that a lot of times we call it a disorder. Um, we associate it as something wrong with us, but actually, anxiety usually, I mean, unless it's a clinical um, type of medical issue, it's usually just reflecting something within your environment that isn't nurturing you peacefully. And so, what I've learned is that anxiety, at least for me, is almost always something internal that in everyday life I'm kind of stuffing down or ignoring, or not necessarily even actively ignoring, but just it's something internal that needs to be expressed. It's pain, just, emotional pain from things that can happen just by being human. It's fear. There's fear there, just human fears that are normal and natural, especially right now. And what happens is they kind of build up and build up because in everyday life we're busy, we're doing things. Even though we're at home, we're still kind of in our rigmarole of things. And for me, anxiety is almost always my internal self saying, I need you to listen. There's something off here, or there's something that doesn't feel right, and I need you to hear me. And so I've noticed that the best way for me, like I can feel when a panic attack is sort of about to happen. I get sort of breathless, like I can't breathe very well, and I'm just like taking deep breaths. My heart rate will go up. I'll get heart palpitations. I get chaotic in my brain, which is obviously this week I've felt that way a lot. We won't go there, but yes. And my mind will kind of start racing, and I'll start feeling this sort of onset of the panic. In the past, I've tried to just like calm myself down and like, of course, yes, breathing is really important, but actually what I need, at least in those moments when I can feel the onset of a panic attack, is I just need to let it out. And usually that comes out through crying. It comes out in weird noises, like somebody who didn't know me and was in the other room would think I'm crazy. But this is actually a yoga technique, and it's quite helpful. I'll go like like a roaring lion, we need to sort of have this primal expression of our internal self. And sometimes we just need to let it out. Another way that it comes out is just by saying the things that I'm scared of. So I'll sound like a crazy person. I'll just be talking to myself. I'll just say it out loud. You know what? When that happened, it really bothered me. It really hurt me. And it really upset me, and I don't like that. I'm saying it out loud to no one in the room. But this may make me sound like a crazy person to you, but it works, okay? So I was on my way to a panic attack last night, and I didn't have one because I did this. Because I let it all out. I cried for a while. I went rah for a while. I prayed for a while, and then I just talked, said it all out loud. Everything that I was afraid of, everything that I was upset about, that was bothering me. And you know what? After I did that, I slept so good, and I feel so good today. And honestly, a new idea came to me today that was just like, oh, yes. And I'm so excited for it. I'm not going to share it with you. It's a secret. But a really cool idea came to me, a concept came to me today, an artistic concept. So I'm excited. And that's usually what anxiety is too, is it's kind of growth. It's like a growing pain, you know, when you're feeling really overwhelmed and kind of panicky. It's usually something good that's about to come down the tube. And we have to expand, we have to make room for it, which requires us to sort of clean house internally. And that's not always fun because it means facing negative emotions. So the thing is, the reason why most of us don't do a great job of managing anxiety is because most of our Western societies, or just society in general, tells us to hold it in. Or if we're upset or anxious, it's because there's something wrong with us, or someone's mad at us for expressing our true hearts and our true selves, even though that's exactly what we need to say out loud. Or we're told, you know, you're just being overreactive, or, you know, someone's playing down in your life the real feelings that you have inside, or you have taught yourself to do that because that's what someone else taught you. And I think it's really important. And I think that honestly, most of us medicate our anxiety. So we feel a panic attack coming on, or we're in the middle of a panic attack, and we sort of medicate it with a whole host of things: Xanax, anti-anxiety meds, marijuana, CBD oil, whatever. Like, I am not saying that those things in themselves are wrong, and I think that there might be times where it's appropriate. Like for me, when I'm traveling, there's just no way for me to fully manage my anxiety, because it would mean like saying, hey, I don't feel like being in an airplane right now. Can you land the plane? Like, so there are times I think that anxiety medications are necessary for real, like situations where you really don't have as much autonomy in how you're handling it. Situations where there's a clinical diagnosis, or even like after birth, you know, when your hormones are all crazy. I shouldn't say crazy, unstable, because you gave birth and you're a beautiful, amazing Wonder Woman. Okay, let's see. I mean, even that just snuck out of me. It doesn't make us crazy. Like, that's the thing, is that we negatively label what's normal and natural. To be human. To be human is to be scared, is to be very delicate and sensitive. And so there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that if you can handle the anxiety without medication or drugs, then you should. So let me be clear on saying that I don't think that medications or ways of treating anxiety medicinally are wrong, but I think first you should try without medication, because the thing is like, if I drugged up my anxiety every time I felt anxious, I think I'd be missing out on some really big ideas that have expanded me, expanded my business, expanded my mind and my understanding of wisdom and life. So if you can, try to deal with it with breathing, pranayama. Go look that up if you don't know what it is. It's a yoga technique. Expression, you know, just all the things that I just talked about. So anyway, that is my word of advice for the day. It's what I felt like contributing to my vlog today. And it is Vlapril Day 25. April 25th, the perfect date. Not too hot, not too cold, and all you need is a light jacket. Unless you're here where it's been raining and windy outside all day. But, you know, most places. So anyway, enjoy the perfect date of April 25th, and I will see you again tomorrow.